morning children. Now here is lesson number 3 children, the Delhi Sultan. Let us continue here about the Delhi Sultans. So in the previous class we have learned about the expansion of the Delhi Sultanate. That we have learned about much of the expansion that took place under Alauddin Khalji, Muhammad Tughluq and Ghiyasuddin Balban. And we have learnt about the hinterlands of the cities, garrison town, internal and external frontiers. So today, now we are going to learn about administration and the consolidation under the Khaljis and Tughluqs. Now let us learn about how the administration that was held under Khaljis and Tughluqs. As we know that how these rulers conquered or captured the vast territories from Delhi to the subcontinent. So to look after the administration work in various territories. So here the rulers they needed many administrators, governors. So the consolidation of the areas as vast as the Delhi Sultanate captured. To look after these areas and territories, they needed here governors. So instead of appointing aristocrats and landed chieftain, so especially here what we are seeing that the early sultans, especially now Iltutmish, he favored special slaves for military service. To look after the military service, he purchased here special slaves. They were known as Bandagan in Persian. Here, slaves, they were known as Bandagan in Persian. And these slaves or Bandagan, they were trained. They were trained and given very important official works in the kingdom. Here you can see children, Bandagans were trained and given political offices in the kingdom. These slaves, they were purchased, who were known as Bandagans, trained them and given very high political positions in the kingdom. The Bandagans were totally dependent upon their masters, and the sultans also trusted them, given them importance and depended upon them or rely upon them in their kingdom. So here one of the wise men had said that a worthy and experienced slave is better than a son. Why? Because you know children, these slaves were, or the Bandagan, they were loyal and faithful to their masters. And the Khaljis and the Tughluqs, they also continued the use of Bandagan, and they also raised humble people who were often their clients. Here, clients were also given high political position in the kingdom. So here, Bandagan and clients in the kingdom, they were given high importance. They were given various works to look after the administrative works in the kingdom. So this led what then? Political instability. That means here political loss, because new monarch or the new rulers and the old, like slaves and clients. So between them the conflicts arise. Always there were conflicts between the old and the new nobility, because the new monarchs also had their new servants. So this led what here? Political instability between the new and the old. Sometimes even the Delhi rulers, the Delhi Sultanate, they also faced some elites. That means conflicts between the new and the old. So the Persian Tawarik, the authors, they criticized the Delhi rulers for appointing low and base born. Here children, low and base born refers to lower class people. Now for example here, Muhammad Tughluq, he appointed a wine distiller a barber, a cook, to gardeners, trained them and given high importance. They were appointed as high administrative post. So this is what here a 14th century chronicler Ziauddin Barani. He criticized the Delhi rulers for appointing such low and base born and giving them high political positions in the kingdom. And also here the Khaljis and Tughluqs, they also appointed here military commanders. The military commanders were appointed here as governors of territories of varying sizes, and the lands were known as Iqta, and their holder was called as Iqtadar or Mukti. So what is the work of Mukti here or the Iqtadar? Now the duty of the Mukti is to maintain law and order, to look after the military campaign and to collect the revenues. And from these revenues, in exchange of these military service, here the Muktis were paid as assignments of salary, and also the soldiers were also paid from the revenue collected. And during the reigns of, that means during the region of Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khalji, okay, the state here have accountant. They appointed many accountants to keep a check on Mukti about the revenue collection, whether they're collecting according to the state prescribed the revenue. To have a check on these Muktis, appointment of accountants were done by the Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq, and care was also taken by the Mukti that whatever the state prescribed, that they have to maintain the number of soldiers. So this is the work of Mukti. That means they have to collect taxes, to maintain law and order and look after the military campaigns. Whether they are doing their duty correctly or whether they are cheating to the rulers, to have a check on Muktis, the state appointed here accountants. And here, as we know that the vast territories which were conquered or captured by the Sultans, as long as to look after the administrative works, because much of the work was looked after here, Bandagan and clans. So as during the territories which were captured and here annexed, so much of the here work was done by these administrators, because the rulers could not penetrate their force here. They cannot look after each and every territory about the administration work. So during here Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughlaq region, so many local chieftains, okay, they were cancelled here collecting the taxes. They were made to cancel here to collect the taxes from their own areas, because the taxes were collected by the local chieftains who were appointed by the rulers. So here the land was conquered by the rulers, and here the Samantas, landed chieftains of that particular region, and landlords, they did not allow these people to collect the taxes. And during Alauddin Khalji, the assessment and collection of taxes were controlled by himself. He appointed his own members here. He appointed his own clients or slaves here and collected taxes from that particular region. And sometimes here these local chieftains, here they made to collect the revenue. They became the revenue collectors and assessor of that particular region. So this is what children, what we are seeing, that how the revenue was collected. Once when it was occupied the regions, the local chieftains, Samantas or landed chieftains, they the revenue collectors, and the rulers appointed their own governors to collect the taxes from that particular region. So as these rulers appointed their own governors, so they collected the revenue from that particular region. And they also collected here various types of taxes. Now for example, like tax was collected or revenue was collected on cultivation. It is also known as Kharaj. That means here, whatever the farmer or the peasant produce, so 50% of the produce must be paid as a revenue to the rulers. So this is called as Kharaj. That means tax or revenue on cultivation. The next is here, they also collected tax on cattle. And the third type of tax that was collected was here on houses. So this is what we are seeing, children, here, how the Delhi rulers or the sultans, they collected taxes, and for collecting the taxes they appointed here their own governors or chieftains, or we have seen that how the military commanders, how their duty was to collect revenue, to look after the military campaigns, to maintain law and order. Then children, here as much of the territories was annexed in the southern India, and also here it was very difficult for the rulers to look after the provinces like Bengal and Sindh, which was very far away from Delhi, and even the regions or areas which were conquered, annexed from the hunter-gatherers, pastoralist people. So these areas, it was very difficult for the rulers to penetrate their forces. So as a result here, the local chieftains, they established their own control, because the rulers cannot look after the administration. So local chieftains, they control that areas and establish their power there. Some during the region of Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughluq. So this took place here. The local chieftains controlled and established their power there. But this was only for a short duration. But afterwards, what we are seeing that the land was brought under the assessment of the rulers. So this is what, children, that we are learning in this topic, that is the administration and consolidation under Tughluqs and Alauddin Khalji. That what we are seeing that how these early rulers appointed here like Bandagan, okay, and the clients, given them high positions, which led what here, political loss for the Delhi Sultanate. And then here collection of revenues, where they occupied the regions, there they started collecting the revenues. So how they appointed governors. For appointing here governors, they have to remove the older chieftains, Samanta aristocrats and local landlords, and appoint new governors for collecting the revenue. So as they collected revenue on cultivation, on houses and cattle. So this is what, children, that we have learnt about the administration consolidation of the early rulers. So in the next topic we are going to learn about, children, you can read textbook now, page number 37 to 39, and next topic we are going to learn, that is about the Mongol children, and comparison between Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughluq. That when the Mongols, okay, they tried to defeat Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad Tughluq. So let us see how they defense here. So what are the measures that they are going to take, that we are going to learn in the next lesson and in the next topic, children. Thank you.